Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Rome Incorporated. Now we go into turn 5 out of 10, and it's looking very promising, I guess. We got things pretty much under control. Let me see what the actual goal of the game is. It's a specific number of glory points, or however you want to call these things. Just let me see what we want here. This okay, we need more than 200 prestige to get a major victory, and for a minor victory we need 150. Now we are already at 103, so after 5 turns I guess we're doing pretty good here. After 4 turns actually. However, it is a little easier because of this optional rule for the wars, and I'm actually considering ignoring that from now on. It seems like things are, as I said, pretty much under control. So maybe I should actually I should play without that optional role from now on. Okay, so let's start again with the events here. Okay, we're going to see 2 events in addition to that first one, the conquest event. Absent. Okay, that is a 2 and a 1. That's a bodyguard. That is good. That protects me against assassinations. Augustus. He's good. I want him to survive. And that's a 3 and a 2. And now that is the deification. Okay, that's interesting. That is increased prestige by Caesar's administration ability. That's sweet. So overall, this time only positive events. Very good. So I think I want to annex again here Britannia, or Britannia Superior. I guess we're going to lose them again, but still I think for now it's a good idea. That makes it easier for me to deal with the British here. If these guys are my allies, then they are simply more isolated. Okay, great. Now we're going to go through the mortality checks, and first I want to start with this guy, because he might also die. If we roll a 6, he's dead. Ah, well, he survives. And now let's see, Augustus. Okay, again he survives. Definitely long living. Look at that. Vitellius dies. Well, not good, but also not that terrible. Okay, fine. Oh, we have to draw another event, by the way. This is Otho. I forgot about him. Okay, so nobody else dies, but we got to do another event because of this guy in play. Okay, that is a 5 and a 2. Remember, that is a D3, so it's only a 2. And that is a plague, which is not good. So we have to demote a veteran unit again. We had that plague already, so it's a pretty long plague here. A veteran unit in each command, +1 unrest for each command unable to demote. Okay, so I guess we can do one here. Okay. There's nothing here. We can also demote one here. I'm thinking about demoting a legion. Maybe I prefer that. Yeah. There we go. And maybe also one here. Nope. No. So I think we only can demote these 2 units, and that means we're gonna get some unrest here. Okay, again, we're sitting on a ton of money. We got $400 here and another 2. So it seems to me like it's nearly impossible to get really into financial trouble, except maybe if there'll be another inflation or something. But right now we're doing amazing. We got to spend $91 for our troops, but still we're doing so great. Okay, and now we're going to go to the wars and first start moving them. So both wars didn't move. That one remains here, and that one was held by my allies. So now we're going to see how many new wars will come up. We're not going to subtract this time. As I say, from now I'm going to play it without the optional rule to make it easier. So we got 1 and a D3. Okay, that's a 2. So we got overall 3 new wars. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what that is. Okay, this is the Nubian War. And these guys are down here. We have an Illyrian War, and that is a very strong one. Strength of 12, that is ugly. But we already have some units here. And the Judean War is a strength of 8 down here. So there is some pressure on Egypt and Syria here now. And we also have to deal with these. So yeah, it's good that we have the money and that we have to kind of transfer our units to the right spaces where we need them. And it's also good that we don't have too many insurgencies. Yeah, so hope we can deal with that. Okay, cool. And now we got to move the wars from their homeland. The Illyrian War ended up here. This is Pannonia Superior. And the Judean War ended up in Arabia. I guess I'm not going to fight that. I mean, I could, actually it's going to be pretty hard. I could fight it only from Alexandria. I think I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait until they move either here to Judea or to Alexandria. And so I'm going to ignore those for this turn. But I think I want to try to fight the 3 other wars. That should be possible if yeah, I think that should be possible. Okay, now let's see what the unrest does. We already have an unrest of 10, so it will rise quite a bit more now. So we have a massive unrest of 19 because of the wars, of course, and also because of these fleets that are not where they should be, where they are usually stationed or based or whatever. And there's also, for example, here we don't have a legion. So all these little things added up to the unrest. And now we're going to get some new statesmen. Let's hope for the best here. Just 1, sadly. That's a shame. I think I'm going to take this guy. Paulinus, Moorish. Now that is great. We can take this guy, fight the Moorish war. He's a good leader. So yeah, absolutely. My new commander for Africa. That's just great. And we also have one for the Judean wars, Vespasian. So yeah, and one for the Pannonian wars. Fabulous. So we got to fiddle around a little bit. The only problem, yeah, but I think that's just perfect. That is just perfect. So we're going to appoint now these guys. So, of course, Augustus remains Caesar. We got this guy as a consul with a high popularity and a good administration. Here, Vespasian, he is our new prefect with a good administration that helps getting money out of Italia. We have a good fighter here with an ability of 4, Silvanus in Gallia, to fight the British. We have Tiberius, the Pannonian specialist in Pannonia, obviously. Otto stays in Moesia, trying to get a little more money out of there. And eventually we got Paulinus in Africa fighting the Moors. Okay, great. So, which province do we annex now? Actually, I'm considering fighting 4 wars, so I made the prefect. Instead, I made Vespasian the chief here of Syria, the commander of Syria. And I think I want to try to fight that war too, because I realized there's the Nubian and the Judean war there. So that is a little too much for my taste. So I want to get rid of this war, and the idea is to annex Judea. So we're going to make that a insurgent province, and then we can bring our troops in here, and we can then try to bring some trouble here onto the Jews. Okay. And that gives me a victory point for the annexation. Okay, then we're going to have to decrease the prestige, but that is not necessary. Increase, that would be if there would no provinces, but that's fine. I mean, we all have, everywhere where it's necessary, we do have some provinces. Increase prestige by the combined administration abilities of the, so that's 8, very good. So this goes now up to 118. And decrease unrest by 7. That goes down to 12. And then I gotta pay for bread and circuses. I'm gonna pay $70 to bring it down to 5. There we go. Okay, and now we can build and transfer the units. I realized I actually cannot fight 4 wars because I don't have the fleets to do it. This war requires 2. This war requires 1. This war down here requires also 2 fleets. And this war 1. And I'm lacking the fleet here for the Moors. So I'm just going to try to hold the province here, and I'm not going to attack that war. Instead, I'm going to focus on the others first, and hopefully then do that one in the next turn. The unrest roll was no danger. We only have an unrest of 5, which is really good. And now we got to do revolt checks, and yeah, I'm going to do that off camera again. Okay, we were doing great during the revolt phase. Only Britannia Superior went from veteran ally to ally. Everything else was fine. Actually, I forgot to roll on the insert. This one was close. We nearly got it. Instead of a 4, we rolled a 5. Now another insurgency, and I forgot these. Another one is that. I was so sure it would not hurt us. Let's see, maybe we're lucky here. Wow, that's a 1. Maybe we actually get this province. So I think these, let's see, we have, okay, that is not a road, it's a +2. and a +1. So that means we have a +3 modifier. And then it is a +4 modifier because it's insurgent. So we are at 5, but we can subtract a ton of stuff. And that leader of Syria is Vespasian with a military rating of 3. So yes, that actually becomes a loyal Roman province. Very good. So that gives us an additional prestige. And let's see what this does. Similar thing, but we might be able to get this too. A 2, yeah, that looks very good here. This is, what is that? Numidia. That is a 3 because it's connected by a road. And that is a 2. So this is a little harder. I think that is a 5 overall. That's a plus this. So we got a 6 modifier. So that's an 8. But we can subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can subtract 6. So that means it brings it to 2. And the leader of Africa has a 4. So that means this goes also away. Fantastic. Fantastic. That brings us more income next turn. Okay, yeah, and that's it for the revolt. And now we go to the wars. And let's start this one here. We can fight with a ton of units here. That should not be a big deal, except things go really wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, that's not good. That's actually pretty rough. That is a 14, but still we are in such a good shape here that it should be enough. Now let's... Okay, we got... Let's see, we have the war's strength is 7, no leader, each homeland connected, nope. Each imperial count, okay, that's the thing. We gotta subtract, I don't know how many. I mean, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have basically 7 minus 15. Oh boy. That's a -8, right? And then, in addition to that, we can subtract the commander's military ability. That is a 4, so that brings it to -12. And in addition to that, each allied province occupied by the war or connected. So that is this one here. So that is another one. That is, so I think we got a -13 modifier. So no problems here at all. We easily win that war. Finally, it took us a while to do so. And we have to allocate 4 losses. But we also get some spoils here. Okay, let's fight this war now here, the Illyrian War. And we can also do it from here, from here, from here. So we are also in a very good shape here. That looks very good. That's a 12. Honestly, I don't think I have to calculate that through. I mean, the war has a 12, which isn't bad. But, you know, in the end... Okay, the 2 barbarian provinces give him another 2. So this means it's a 14. But the veteran allied province brings it again down to 12. And then we can add the commander's strength and all the troops. The guy has a 4 combat ability and all that. I mean, come on. This is We can do it. Let's do it. Okay, it's a 12. So it's 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 units. And in addition to that, we got Tiberius here. So it's 20. So we got a -8 modifier, and that's a clear triumph here. And we managed to kill that war, and that gives us 36 bucks. Okay, I actually annexed these 2 provinces here. Now, if next turn I annex this one, we have a pretty solid belt of allies in here. And, I mean, they are kind of questionable, you know, there's a lot of pressure here from the north, but still, maybe we can hold some of them, and it could be helpful to have some allies there, because I expect more trouble from the north during the game. Okay, so now let's go to the last war that I'm gonna fight, and that is this one down here. And this looks also pretty good, actually. I'm gonna roll the dice, and yeah, that should be okay. That is an 11. Now the war has a strength. I think that is I'm not sure. It's the same thing, because it's a matching homeland, which makes it a little more tricky. Yeah, it's a +2. But it's in an allied province, which makes it a +1 again. And this is pretty much all there is. So this thing is only a strength of 9. We got tons of units here. I mean, this is a clear victory. So these guys go away. And yep, cool. Now we can annex basically only this province. We can make it an insurgent province, and yeah, this is pretty much it. We get 3 bucks. We have to allocate 3 losses. We get a little bit of money out of this. Actually, a lot. 32 bucks. I'm gonna spend 20 for the losses, so that means I only get 12 bucks. And I got so much money that I think this is okay. I mean, yeah, I got a ton of money here, close to 200 bucks, and that is at the end of the turn, right? And of course we get our prestige, and the unrest goes down and all. So got to allocate, considering actually, well, first of all, I think I want to make this a veteran guy. I'm gonna send 2 to the barracks, dismiss them. Okay, so I guess that's okay. And now that's something you can do to kind of pay for a loss, right? Sending 2 to the barracks. So I sent 2 to the barracks. I paid 20 bucks, and that kind of makes up for the 3 losses I have to take. And I'm gonna get 4. So we are now at 33. Gonna get 4 prestige, and the unrest will go down to 0. Yeah, that's something. Okay, great. I think this is nearly it for the turn. There will be no revolt because the unrest is so low. No one's gonna dare to become a rebel. I don't have to roll for that. And I think we did pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty much it, and we go into turn number 6 here. So in this turn we have a ton of events, 6, that is the maximum. So we got adoption +1 to Statesman box for the roll. We got an assassin. Okay, we got to do the assassination, but I think there is actually no threat there. We're going to check that. Let's do that. We got to do that immediately. I realize that, but I'm pretty sure that nothing can happen there. Caesar's intrigue is a 3. The prefect is a 2. That's a 5. A 6. The conspiracy makes it a 7. No, that's actually wrong. It's an assassin. So it's a 6. -1 is a 5. And we got to roll a 12 or higher with a single die, so that's not going to happen. So there will be no assassination here. Then we have, of course, the conquest. And I said that already. I want to try to make these guys allies because I think that gives me a very, very solid buffer against these northern guys. And then we've got here the deification again. I find that strange that it can happen twice with the same emperor, but okay. So we get Caesar's administration ability in prestige, so that goes up to 8. And then we got a migration. Okay. A +1 to each wars box and pillage. So it's a little more volatile there. And then we're going to see a terror here. Decrease prestige by half the intrigue ability, rounded up. So that means it's a 1, it goes down by 1 again. But that's okay. Oh no, actually it's not a 1, it's a 3. So it goes down by 2. Okay, fine. So these were the events. And then we're going to do the mortality. And again, I'm fine if Augustus survives. And he does. This guy, the next one, and the next one. Stupid Otto. I want him to die. And that one. Okay, nobody of my statesmen died. Maybe this guy will. Okay, no 6, no dead. Okay, great. And there will be no successful assassination, so we're going to go again into the tax phase. After the taxation, we're sitting on 426 bucks. Again, fantastic. We're going to have to pay 88 bucks. And now we're going to have to move the wars. They're not too many, just 2 of them, but because of the migration event, we have to add 1 to the pillage roll, so that is a 5. I guess that could be enough. So it's plus, it's a 5 minus 1, that brings it to a 4, and that means this wall will move. The only question is where. On a 1 to 3 it moves here, otherwise it moves back. Okay, that thing moves here actually. That is not great. That's going to make it hard to fight. I cannot go in here with my troops. And sitting here is not that great either. I mean, I could annex this province and then move troops in here. No, I can't, because you cannot annex a province with a war. So it seems I kind of have to make sure that they might actually move here to Baetica. It seems that the Moors might be able to do that, which isn't great. So I guess this is not the one we're going to fight this turn. What about this one down here? Oh boy, that's a 6. So I guess it's pretty sure that guy will move. So we're gonna bring it over here. And that means we gonna have to fight it, I guess. But that's not so hard. So that's gonna be easy. It's isolated, and oh, maybe this guy will become barbarian. It's not so sure. That could be the case. Okay, now let's see. Then we're gonna have to draw 1d3 random counters, but because of the migration, we also have to add 1 to that roll. Okay, I mean, that's a 7. I guess the maximum is 3, right? And we have to draw another one because of the scenario. So we're going to see 4 new wars coming up. That is pretty brutal. So let's see what we got. Okay, we got another. No, that is actually a leader. Oops. It's Simeon. He's now... Oh, but we destroyed the Judean war, so he's a little late. But that's okay. I'm fine with that. We got here... That is Arminius. There we go. Another leader. And we already, I think we destroyed already 3 German wars, so he's also a little late. But these things give you unrest, you know. You might actually imagine them as counterparts of the Roman politics who sit in their country and, you know, try to do some negative propaganda or something like that. And I like that idea quite a bit. Oh, another leader, look at that. This is Bato. And he's sitting here, the Illyrian War. They are all a little late now. And finally we got, oh, that's not so great. We got the Parthian War. And we have a matching leader here. This is Vologazes. Now this is gonna make that a tough one. Okay, and it means we gotta move that guy. The other leaders will remain where they are, but this war will obviously move. Let's see where it goes. It's tricky. Okay, I guess it doesn't... Oh no, it will actually follow the road first, I think. I guess it will move here, but I gotta check that again. The movement chart. Yeah. It follows the road, it goes this way. And there's no other road now, so we got a roll where it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the guy goes down here, follows the road here, obviously, and now we got to roll. We got to choose between these two because he does not move in a barbarian province if there is no need for him to do so. So that's a 1 or 2, 3, and a 4, 5, 6. So that means the war goes here, right to Syria. Okay. Fine, and he might actually move on, because that's the first allied province he hits, and it's actually pretty sure that he will move on, because he already has a pillage value of 2. That leader has an additional value. Then we got the migration, which also adds to the pillage 1. So we get a +3 modifier already, and but it's a veteran allied, so it's a +1 modifier. So let's see what happens. Okay, that's a 6. Now obviously the war moves on, and it will move down here to Phoenicia. Okay, interesting. So it seems like there's work to do here. Syria is under attack. But I think that war here isn't too strong. The Nubians, they can be fought by the Egypt leader, and then the Syrian guy can attack from Cyprus and from Judea, and we can attack here Phoenicia. I think that should be possible. Yeah, we could even go to Phoenicia itself. It's a Roman province, right? Okay, so Unrest goes up to 12 because of the wars, the leaders, and the missing legions. Oh, and actually there's another one. I missed that. So it's at 13. Great. And okay. Now we're going to see how many statesmen we get, but because there is an adoption, we're gonna add 1 to that roll. Okay, great. So only 1 statesman. Let's take this guy here. Caligula. Ugh. What the fuck? Terror. Yeah, great. I mean, he is really not that great. However, we could make this guy consul, but I don't know. Oh boy. Holy shit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna send him to Britannia. Although I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tricky one. You know, I don't know what to do with this guy. Oh boy, this is painful. I could make him consul. Maybe that is the best idea. But it's still pretty... At least he's got a good... You know, people like him. He's got a popularity of 4. So, you know, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to make this guy consul. He is really totally pointless. And, well, we're going to find a way, some place to send him. Terror only applies if he's Caesar. So that's not happening here. And now we got to appoint the leaders here. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done here. Try to bring some units into the areas where there is an insurgency, down here, for example. And of course we got tons of units here. And we're going to fight these 2 wars. And I also brought a couple of units here to make sure that we don't get an insurgency here from the Moors or something. So let's do some revolts here. This could be interesting. If I'm lucky, I get that province. 4 might be hard. So this is a -3, this is a +5 modifier, +6 modifier that brings it to 10. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units in there, so we're down to a 4, and look at that. Paulinius has a military rating of 4, so this becomes a loyal Roman province. We managed to really get our feet into Britannia. Great. I'm not sure if that leader has some... might have influence when it comes to revolts. Yeah, that's the pillage ability of the leader. So this is a +2 modifier. That's pretty bad, actually. So that means usually that would be no problem at all. But in this case, there's a +4 modifier, but it still isn't a problem because veteran allied is actually a -4. However, this guy might be in more trouble. This is a +4, and this is another plus. Actually, this thing alone is a +5, so it's a +7. Let's roll for that. That's a 2, and that's good. So we're good with that. This thing here is fine. It's definitely fine. That one might be a problem if we roll a 6 or so. Fuck it. So that's a +4. That brings it to 10. -3, yeah, that's a 7. So this guy becomes barbarian again. That was unlucky. And this is... that's unlikely. We're probably going to lose that too, because of that guy. So let's roll a die here. Yeah, okay, that is definitely gone. And that's the problem with the leaders in the provinces. You know, they start making trouble in the adjacent areas here. So no luck with my overall wall here against the northern areas. But we might get this, and this didn't count. I guess they have to be all done simultaneously. So therefore this is, that looks very good. That's a 1, we definitely get that. So this is now a loyal Roman province. Oh fuck, I forgot to place someone in here. I gotta do that. Well, it's not that. Okay, I forgot it. But that will cost me 1 unrest. It kind of sucks, but okay. I didn't see that symbol here. So what else is tricky? That a little bit if we roll poorly. Okay, let's see. This is a +4 modifier. That brings it to a 9. But we can subtract 3. So it is a 6, we're good. And here, I think we're pretty much safe here. Same thing, yeah, that's exactly the same situation here. So, does it matter if this thing is adjacent by sea? No, it isn't, no. Okay, we're good. So there is no influence here. These are all good, these are all safe. Now we gotta do this one, for example. There is the war here. That could be a problem. A 3 looks good. So let's see. But there is a pillage guy here. Oh boy. That's a +4 modifier. That brings it down to +1. So we are at 4. But the pillage value... No, it has to be in the same province. Look at that. So actually, I guess... I gotta check that again here. I'm not sure what I wrote, but this doesn't necessarily count. I think I lost it. I don't remember the roll here, but if it's just adjacent, it doesn't matter. It has to be in the same province. Look at that. So this is safe. I'm pretty sure. Well, let's roll for that one. Yeah, that one is also safe here. No problems in Syria. This one could be an issue. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. That's a 6. Oh man, that's an 8. And a 3. That's an 11. Yeah, but we got enough units in there to keep that thing safe. What about this down here? That looks like it could be interesting. That's a 3. So that thing doesn't count, but it gives a +3 because it's a +2 because this is a homeland. Or is it just a +1? Damn it. Yeah, it's a desert, so it's a +2. So it's a +3 overall. But we can subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's a -1, that is a 2, and that is good enough to make that a loyal province. Pretty cool. For these guys here, I guess they're gone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gone. That is a +2, and the war here is another +3, I guess. Yeah, that's a +3, that's a 9. Oh, look at that. But it's a 9. But because this is allied, we can subtract 3. That brings it again down to 6. So we're good. We need to roll more than 6. So we're good here. And I think this is pretty much it. This might be a little bit of an issue, but I don't think so. No, we're good here. So I think we're actually good. I think we don't see any more revolts. I think these... I'm not sure anymore. I added kind of this, but it looked grim anyway because of all this stuff. So... I don't know if I should give it another go, alright? I just don't remember what I wrote. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna roll... No, I'll let it be that way. It's okay. Okay, fine. You know what? I forgot to do all this shit here. Fuck. The Statesman box. I did that, but I forgot to annex a province. Decrease the prestige, increase prestige. I didn't do these things. So, annexing a province. Well, honestly, I think I would have made one of these a loyal ally. That means that one of these guys is now... I'm going to make him now a veteran ally. I mean, it's a little questionable, but I'm pretty sure I forgot that. So I think it's just fine. I'm not totally focused anymore, but I'm going to do it like this now. So let's say I made this a veteran ally. He probably would not have converted then anyways, but I'm going to leave it like this now. It is more to my disadvantage, I guess. We can increase the prestige by the combined administration. That is 6. So it goes up to 12. And we can decrease the unrest by the combined popularity. So that goes down by 8. So, and then I'm fine. There is no problem with my unrest roll because it's at 5. So now we're going to do the wars, and let's start with that one here. That looks okay. It's a 13, but I'm pretty sure that guy isn't too strong. He's got a strength of 6, -1 because of that ally. That's a 5, and then there are all these guys here. I don't know what exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12. So it's a 5 minus 12. That's a -7 modifier. Plus 1, that's a -8 modifier. So we're good. That's a triumph. That thing goes away. And yeah, we get some spoils here. And we lose, I think it... Okay, we're done here. This time, by the way, I promoted a fleet. You can see that here. And now we're going to do this war here. And it also looks very good for me, I guess. Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, well, it's no disaster. It's no stalemate. It's a high roll. It's a 16. So we'll see. It's not that easy this time. So this thing has a strength of 12 because of the leader. But still, I think we're in a good shape here because we can reduce it by 2 and another 1. So it goes down to 9. And yeah, okay. I mean, this is no big deal. We got tons of units here. We got a high value fighter with Tiberius with a 4. Okay, forget it. This guy is killed. The leader is also killed. Yeah, this is clearly a triumph, no doubt here. Okay, so that's the end of the turn. There were no rebellions, nothing going on here. We go into turn 7. It looks fantastic. We got tons of money. The situation down here is totally under control. The war here is not too threatening right now. And that's the only one. A little bit of a problem are these leaders in the outer boxes that might bring us some problems. But yeah, overall I think we're fine. We're going to get some new provinces pretty soon, I guess. Here Thebais is a rich province with grain. We got here Syria, that's one we can take back. We have a new veteran ally in Palmyra. So this is very stable here. Here we got to improve a little bit, but in general it's also good, right? I mean, these provinces are now all in a great shape. So yeah, we'll find out. Maybe we can improve here a little bit. This is still a job we got to do. Okay, so hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.